Harry Potter day, let's go. Good morning. We're gonna have a day to ourselves. We're gonna go see some of the Harry Potter stuff around Edinburgh. This is a huge area where J.K. Rowling got inspiration to write a lot of the Harry Potter books. And we're just gonna go ahead and take it easy. Just got a chocolate croissant earlier, made a coffee, and Shane is gonna do some hiking today or walk up a mountain. But I thought it would be nice to have a little day to myself. Cheers. So I'm right outside St. Giles Cathedral, which is actually not technically a cathedral because there's no cardinals or bishops, but regardless, they call it a cathedral. And what's interesting here, our guide told us, there's this little heart over here and these little stones, and they mark the old jail. So you can watch people sometimes walk on the heart, and it's actually where people spit. Yeah, you're supposed to spit on it, and if you're not a local, then usually we'll just walk right over it, but it's pretty gross. So I'm just on Royal Street right now, very busy, very popular. But right here is the Writers' Museum, and I'm pretty sure that this is the inspiration for Gringotts Bank, I believe. So something that's really fun about Edinburgh is that it's a very old town, and they have a bunch of different quarters to courtyards, and all this says, I think it's riddles. This is not like Harry Potter riddles, but you can just go down like one of these side streets off the main one, and it just has so much like history, and some of them are ornately developed. They're gorgeous. It feels very magical. So this right here is the Writers' Museum. It's also found down one of, I think it's connecting to James Court, or little alleyway that you can go down. And it has right here, the people who used to own it, who used to have a lot of money, because as you can see, there's many floors. And our guide was telling us a little while ago that this is kind of like a mansion. Like most people had to rent like years and years ago, and like, what is it, 1622. But they had fireplaces, and usually there was a lot of like fires that happened, so people wanted to be on, I guess it's called the ground floor here, known as, in the States you'd say like the first floor, but the first floor is technically the second floor here. But I just think this is so beautiful. Alright, we're off the Royal Mile a little bit, but over there is Edinburgh Castle, and I am going to walk down Victoria Terrace, and that will lead us to Victoria Street, which is actually the influence for Diagon Alley in Harry Potter. Okay, take two, we're going to try that one again. But, so, like I said before, we are actually overlooking Victoria Street, which is the inspiration for Diagon Alley, and actually on this street, J.K. Rowling would walk around, and she got the inspiration for a couple shops specifically that are in Diagon Alley, and one of them ends up being the joke shop that Fred and George opened. I think that's more in like the fourth one or the fifth one, but I'll show you the shop when we get down there. It's currently closed, but it just has like a giant nose and I think maybe glasses too, but that is actually an original joke shop. So she got that inspiration there, and then also this giant red building as well too. So we'll go check that out in a little bit, but look how beautiful, especially when it's dark and like lit up, it's gorgeous. So this is the joke shop, or it used to be the joke shop. All right, we're going back. I'm going to see if we can find the Harry Potter graves. Let's go. So as many people know, J.K. Rowling used to walk through the cemetery and she got a lot of name ideas from people who were buried in the cemetery. Last time we had a little trouble. We had to go through this wall, which used to be the old wall of the whole city of Edinburgh. So let's go. All right, so we have Moody here. And there we have McGonagall. All right, so we have McGonagall's grave over here, and then we actually have, I think, George Heriot School just behind here. You can hear all the kids like playing overall, but this is actually inspiration for the Hogwarts houses. This is a school, I think it was specifically for like writers, and they have 4 different categories or like houses, and that's where J.K. Rowling got the inspiration. 4 different classifications because there's like 4 different areas. But yeah, how cool. And there you have the Elephant House. It says birthplace of Harry Potter, but actually, I think J.K. Rowling wrote The Philosopher's Stone in 2004, and this opened in 2005. But she did come here quite often, wrote a lot of Chamber of Secrets, and one of the beautiful parts about this cafe, it's now closed, but it overlooks the graveyard, and it's kind of very picturesque. You can also see the school, I think, from the background too, of just where she got her inspiration for Hogwarts and the 4 houses. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. She stayed in a lot of cafes here while she was writing it. She was not making a lot of money, obviously, yet, and she would get a coffee and start writing. So this is the first printed recipe for haggis in Scotland, 1773. So if you ever needed a recipe, this is the original one. There you go. So I just popped into the University of Edinburgh. I forget exactly which area, but how beautiful is this? Just like the natural scenery, nice little courtyard just right off the Royal Mile.